G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Surviving Mars with Mags, and today we're going to be working back on our pulp colony once again. Now, the last time we were on, we had just finished building our new medium dome, and we're going to start working on that one, but we do have a couple of things we've got to place first. Now, we've already put the first one down. They're one of the new landing pads. This is a dedicated landing site for our rockets to actually touch down. Now, the rockets will unload at the nearest point they can potentially find. The landing pad will prevent damage to any surrounding buildings, so that is a good combination there. Now, that rocket landing pad is only going to be serviceable for these two domes and this supply point. Unfortunately, the overlap doesn't occur this way, so if I was to land passengers here, they won't go to the medium dome. Okay, well, somebody got to fix that cable fault. So I'm going to have to build a second landing point up here, which isn't a major issue, it's just something that I've got to keep in mind, which I was going to have to do anyway, because we also now have the ability to build passages between the domes. Now, the maximum length the passages can be is actually rather limited. These two domes are actually too far apart. Oh, CO2 jet propulsion's complete. Excellent. We'll get onto that in just a moment. These two domes are actually too far apart to link with a passage. However, we can build another dome here and then link the two into one another, which is probably what we're going to do long term. Now, the way the links work, the passages will share oxygen, water, and power between all of the intersected domes. And once the passages are linked up, colonists will be able to freely move between the domes that have been linked to access services, living quarters, and work, which is excellent. There is a catch that the passages, as they move across the ground, cannot cross anything. So your power cables on the ground will actually prevent construction, so they will need to be split and removed. And they will also act as an environmental block for your rovers and your drones. So you'll need to build ramps across them, so that the drones have the ability to actually cross over if it is necessary to do so. So we've got to keep that in mind. So we're going to have to build another dome for that one. We're not ready to do that just yet, and these two are too far apart. If the passages were in the game a little bit earlier, I would have built the domes a little bit close together, but what can you do? That's just the way it is. So we're going to work on this dome for a start. Now, we are going to, looking at the work shifts, we're going to need 6 in the polymer factory, and we've got slots for 10 in the electronics factory. So we're going to want, including the farm and a few other things, because we do want to build one of those. In fact, that'll be the first thing I place down. Because the farm, I've got the bonus that, or I'm about to unlock the bonus that, this music's really shitty. Go back to Surviving Mars, thank you. The farm gives a bonus, makes everybody that's within the dome that has a farm happy. So, yeah, because they've got a little bit of something green to look at in the vastly red terrain. So I do want to make sure there is a farm there. Farm's also nice for emergency food supply for the dome proper. Now, the next thing we're going to need, we're going to go with living quarters for this one still. I can build the high-rises, which will, of course, hold more people. But it comes down to the comfort factor. I want my colonists to be comfortable. It's going to, if they are comfortable, it's going to generate less problems in the long run. The standard living quarters still has the best comfort factor. So we're going to need that, and we will, because the silly colonists can't seem to work out how to eat food unless they buy it from a grocer, put a grocer in. Now, we are probably going to link off a second smaller dome that'll be a pure casino, sin bin orientated dome, but we will have to build that one a little bit later. We're not going to be able to build that one straight away. Now, the next part we want to do is get ourselves a landing pad for this particular dome. Or this particular dome network, rather. This is what this whole area is going to be, a network of domes. So I reckon we build that one there, and that should be close enough to supply anything that we build up around here without any issues, I would think. And from there, we will want to build some emergency storage up on this end. Because obviously this dome at the moment, everything is still supplied via this power line and this water line, or water oxygen line. So we want to have some storage up at this end of the world. So let's build 2 water tanks on site, especially with the polymer factory. Actually, let's build 3. Build 3 water tanks, and we'll build 2 oxygen tanks. That way, if there's a break in the line, this base is not going to go without oxygen or water. Actually, we probably want to build a reserve battery as well. We'll fit 1 in there. Yeah, we'll build just one reserve battery here, and let's place some power plants, some solar plants rather, large solar panels down this side. Let's put 4 of them in. So there's a little bit of power storage and a little bit of the power supply on a loop, plus 2 oxygen and 3 water. This place should be fine. In the long run, I reckon we're probably going to want to build a fuel refinery just in here, because the polymer factory consumes fuel, water and electricity to produce polymer. And our only fuel supply at the moment is all the way down this end. So we're probably going to want to move that. Unless I can set up a supply run using the jets, a shuttle hub to move supplies back and forth. But we'll have to look into that. Alright, let's set the speed up a little bit higher. It looks like our first pad has been built. While we're at it, let's get our concrete extractor up and running again. Maintenance has already been requested. We've fired it up, so it will get a repair in just a moment. Building's not working. Yep, that's because it needs a repair. That's fine, so we should have a repair part come in. And we're down to 60 metal, so we do want to start trying to find some more of that. And we do have some research that we can do down here. So we can get the RC Explorer to go down here. And let's grab our
sector
truck.
Scanned.
And we got a little bit of metal here we can collect. Sector C2 scanned. Anything particularly interesting? Not really. Let's put in... That should put in a scan there. That's being scanned, and that one can be 9. And we'll start peeling away this section of the map. And we do want to start looking into tunnels as well, but we're going to need 20 metal for that, 80 concrete, 30 machine parts. So we do need more machine parts before we start building tunnels. Ideally, I'm going to be wanting to drop a tunnel from around here and have it drop down to around about this point and start establishing the first colony around here, providing I can find the resources that I'll actually need to have a supply of everything.
Anomaly analyzed.
And we got 1,000 research for that anomaly. We get the Explorer back up here so it can charge until we actually have another place that we can send it. And we've got construction complete inside, so let's go for our rockets, passenger rockets. Matching colonists, 19 of 66 available residences on Mars, 3. That doesn't seem right. Alright, so we got plenty here to have a look at. Engineer, geologist, botanist. Bunch of no specializations. We've got an officer, a scientist, 2 scientists. That'll work. Yep, launch anyway. And the reason why there's only a handful of residencies at the moment is because this dome was turned off. We're going to turn it back on now and start getting it fired up. While we're at it, we're going to start firing up the electronics factories and the polymer factories. So they're ready to take employees and start doing shifts. Drone heavy load. Total number of drones in the rover. Should be bugger all. Drones load medium, 2 of 8. Yeah, you shouldn't have a heavy load in the slightest. Drone load heavy. Okay, I have no idea what the hell is going on there. That's really strange. Building's not working. 4, yeah, they need people. That's why. That's fine. That's exactly what I would expect. We're up to 70 metal, which is good. Where is it? How much have you got on board at the moment? 18. Can we get some more from down here, please?
Meteor shower incoming.
Oh. Do we have any indication where that's going to hit? No, we don't. Hopefully it's nowhere near our base, because otherwise that could be a major problem. Alright, so those are up and running at this point. The grocer's ready. And we're just building in the rest of the supplies for the moment. So that's all fine. Disaster starts in 12 hours. Fair enough. And this side, everything seems to be going right. How are we going on our rare metal storage? We're up to 22. So I might have to get those picked up and transfer those over to the other rocket. I'm not entirely sure whether or not there's enough overlap. No, there's not. Well, ready to land. Bring it down on the rocket pad. New colonists have arrived. First to inhabit the medium dome.
New colonists have arrived.
So now, hopefully, all things working nicely. We've already got 3 into the plus 11 morale there. Working wrong specialization.
Sector scanned.
50. Great. Select new crop. Let's just go soybeans all the way until we can get our crop qualities up. Polymer factory is low. And the electronic factory is working, and it's making 0.9 per sol, which is way too low as well. We need more people, basically. That's our problem here at the moment. Let's get rid of factory AI. We'll start researching on those two. Oh, sorry, we're still researching the tech that's going to allow for an increase in comfort from the farms. Regardless, it's still a good point to actually have the farms there. Alright, so we're going to need to bring up... Yeah, the fuel supply is too far away, so we're going to need fuel storage right up here. Whoa, those are landing close. Well, it looks like that's where the meteor storm's
Pipe leak reported.
Hitting. As long as it doesn't head any further south, we are okay. Life support storages. Fuel depot. Now we want to build... Well, actually, we want to make sure there's actually enough fuel available for the... not just for the rocket, but for the polymer factory as well. So we're probably just going to build 2 in there. As long as they don't get any closer. Hit. That's that is awfully close. Alright, 36 on board. You can grab a little bit more metal before you come back. And then I'll transfer the fuel up. Although it is getting refueled at the moment. I'm not sure where it's picking the fuel up from, but it is actually getting fuel. It does overlap enough. Okay, that's fine.
Anomaly found.
Okay. And we got a new anomaly to the north. Well, I'll wait until the meteor storm has actually finished first, and then we'll actually go up and actually scan that. That'll be definitely be worth it for some extra science. Where is our truck? There it is. Bring the truck back. And we can unload up here in the metal storage. And once we get this rocket on its way, we should actually start looking immediately to bring another passenger rocket in. Now I've only got matching 10 and we've got a capacity of 12, so I'm going to have to open up some of the options here at this point. Now I wasn't allowing middle-aged. I think we're going to open that one up. Let's have a review of what we got here. Engineers, botanists, that's good. Botanists for the farm. More engineers, more officers, and other non-specializations, which are fine. We can retrain those. And another scientist. The scientists are good that we're starting to collect those. I don't have a research facility for them yet, but I will eventually. So we're fine with that one. Rocket is on the way. We're just going to make sure this one gets fueled. Priority high.
Pipe leak reported.
It's doing its unload thing at the moment. Grab some charge. Already getting metal pulled fairly heavily out of there. Alright, load up all of the rare metals. We can. I actually haven't tried to see whether or not this rover is capable of just directly loading the unload reserve. If it can unload directly into the rocket. I don't know if it can. Can it? No, hey, what are you doing? No, that's not what I wanted.
Cable fault reported.
Okay, so it can just unload wherever and the drones will start sticking it in. Cool. Still getting meteor impacts to the north. They're a little bit closer than I would like. Right, load this one up with fuel. We'll take a load of fuel up to the reserves. With 45 on board, it means this thing can actually carry enough fuel to refuel the rocket on its own. It's a shame it can't directly load it in.
Sector scanned.
Be nice if it could. Unload. That one's charged. Now, where are the rest of our metals? We've still got 15 rare metals out there, so we want to go and find the rest. Where's the rest of it being
We have
stored?
a power.
Our colonists are suffering from hypothermia.
Alright, where did that hit? Domes without power. Why do we have no power at that dome? Negative 44. Stored power is down to 1.9. Oh, no, no, no. That's not good. That's very bad. Alright. Shit. I didn't expect that to happen. I really didn't. We're going to need blocking objects. There. We're chewing through power much faster than we're actually generating it at a rate that I was not expecting to actually happen. Power demands 185 over 140. We are going to have to turn some stuff off here. Yeah, let's start off. Let's turn the concrete factory back off for a start. That's 5. How much power? It wants 8. Turn the electronics factory off. Polymer factory only wants 2. We're going to leave that going. Where else can we shut down? Avril 1 is ready to depart. 40, 40, 10 to 30. You get out of here. Our second set of passengers has just arrived, which may be a little premature, all things considered at this point.
We have a power shortage.
Yeah, I know. We're working on it. Put a couple of storages in here for food, because we're going to probably need those. We have to bring this thing down. We cannot leave it in orbit for too long. We've pulled it back. Stored power is up to 248, so we did actually get some. We're still short of what we need.
New colonists have arrived.
We need much more than we're actually generating, though. Especially during the daytime. We need to charge the hell out of everything during the day.
Cable fault reported.
Additional power. Where would be the best spots to put it? Probably, for this loop, we're honestly probably going to want a whole bunch of panels down this side, so during the day we're generating a hell of a lot more power, and start building a massive solar farm so we can actually get the charge up during the day that we need to make up for the loss during the night. Problem is, we're still, we need to be positive. We need to be at surplus power during the day. We cannot be at negative. There we go. 4.8. Stored power is up to 138.
Resources are low.
Yeah, we're running out of metals rapidly. Alright, where is our truck? The rare metals will get transferred over eventually, I'm sure. Can't worry about those just yet. Need to start collecting all the metal ore that we possibly can, and the meteor shower has ended. So let's get our explorer up there to check that one out. Not enough workers to keep the infirmary up and running. We can work on that.
Funding received.
220 million. Cool. We need that, because what we're going to have to do, I think... Rocket. Cargo rocket. Prefab building. I didn't want to have to do this. Sterling generator. Actually, no, we won't do that just yet. We'll try and see whether or not we can actually sort this out before that becomes a major issue. Auto-saving, cool. That's fine. 2 rockets done. We're going to have to build...
Sector scanned.
Yeah, we're going to have to build a massive power farm. Alright, it's got 14 metal on board. We need to find ourselves some more very quickly, and we're going to have to start. We've got a whole pile of metal through here we can grab. And that one's
Research complete. Anomaly analyzed. Cable fault reported.
Heard that bang. As long as nothing hits the colonies at this point, I think we're actually relatively okay. Alright, bioengineering is done. We can now build Stirling generators. Very important. We need that one. Dust repulsion. Solar panels are gradually cleaned from dust when closed, resulting in less frequent maintenance. That one will cut down on our metal consumption. And since we seem to be running out of metal, that's actually probably reasonably important. Water shortage. At daytime we are consuming. Water demand, water production is 8. Oxygen production is 6. Demand is 3.1. So we're in the positives on oxygen. We are consuming water at a rate higher than we would like, however. That is likely the polymer factory now doing its thing. But we're not exactly short on water supplies, so it should be easy enough to tap into another water reserve. And I think I may even have some evaporators around. Maybe? No, I don't have any evaporators. I thought I had some evaporators along that I could use. Huh. No major thing. Yeah, we should be able to solve that one fairly easily. We have access to water. There is more water around. I can find ways of linking into the water as is necessary, so... potentially... oh, well, they're linked up pretty close.
Research complete.
If we're looking at this, we're actually going to get some more dumping storage out on these. Starting to fill up. Building's not working. Yeah, request has already been sent, and that's the water supply. Stirling generator has been completed. Systematic training, cool. Atomic accumulator, new building. Atomic accumulator stores electrical power, has huge capacity but charges slowly. Factory amplification, factory upgrade, increases production by 25 but increases power consumption by 25. We don't actually want that straight away. Factory upgrade, factory AA, performance increased by 20%. Yeah, we would want that one, although autonomous sensors, 1600, sensor towers no longer require power or maintenance. They're not really consuming a lot though. I'm now looking for low G hydrosynthesis. Anything that can cut down on our consumption of resources here. We're not being as efficient as we probably should be. Yeah, honestly, maybe increasing factory production is probably the best way to go. Fueled extractors, yeah, we definitely don't want that. Although we've got plenty of fuel under plenty of fuel available, so that's not a major issue. Alright. How much do we have? Rare metals are at 22. Where are they all being stored? They must be being stored down here. They are. And we're up at 45. Come up here and we'll unload resources. And we'll gather all the metals that we possibly can, put them together. and see whether or not we can actually load this rocket up before we send it on its way. At this point, I'm actually going to turn the electronics factory back on because we want the supplies. And we have a full staff here at the moment, 1.9 production per sol, which is nice. And 3.1 production per sol here. And the farm's now fully stocked, so it's going to have great production. And how many people? Vacant residential slots, disabled work slots 33, 24 of 42. Is there anybody who is unemployed in this dome? There should be. Why have we got homeless? We shouldn't have anyone homeless. Whoa, that was close. Let's slow down that for a little bit. Alright, we've unloaded all the metals here. Let's go and get all of the rare metals from down this end. Load up all of the rare metals from this supply. And all the rare metals from here.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
All of these ones. And we have another anomaly we can go and research, which we'll have to grab.
Resources are low.
To quickly build a rare metal depot up here. It's going to exist solely as a storage point for all of these. So I can move them all into one place if we happen to have a rocket at this port. Hopefully that's all the metals we actually have. How are we going for resources? We are low on resources. Metals again.
Cable fault reported.
Supplies, we're down to 27. Jesus, we're running out. There's some metal over here we can collect. We're chewing through the metal a hell of a lot faster than I would have thought. At 30, everything's being transferred over. That one's just about ready to leave. Building's not working. Why? Not enough workers. Why is there not enough? Where? Yeah, these two need to be linked together. That's the problem, I think. We need to link these two domes together. I'm pretty sure the new passageway has been added relatively recently, and I think some of the way the game was balanced has been changed as a result, so that you sort of have to use the links between the domes. Whoa! Send repair. Send repair. Let's find out where. There it is. Explorer is not fully charged, so let's get it back on the charger for a start. And once it's fully charged up, we'll send it down to that anomaly. At the very least for the moment, we appear to have that power under control. Power production is 199. Demand is 113. Stored power is over 2,000. So all of these new solar arrays are doing the job nicely. It is probably going to go into the negatives as soon as we go into nighttime. But with that much power actually being stored, plus the ability to produce the polymers we need to maintain the batteries, that shouldn't be a problem. Now our issue is the fact that we're actually running out of water, and I don't have an immediate way to produce more. I have access to water supplies that we can get to, but none of them are immediately here, so I will need to extend out, or I need to increase the efficiency of the water supplies that we currently have. So the last two things that I actually want to build before we go that far, although we can build a Stirling generator now, I do need to keep that in mind as well. That is now actually an option, and that will produce a base 10 of power. So, but we don't need it. Not for the moment, and I don't want the extra maintenance cost at this point. The one thing I do want at this point, however... Ah, that's not what I wanted. No. Landing pads, subsurface heating salvage, recharge stations. Where am I?
Resources are low.
Yes, I know, I'm working on that. Bigger domes. Water reclamation systems. At the moment we don't have one in this dome, so if we put one in there... I want to avoid putting one in the main dome if we can. I'm hoping to put a medical facility in.
Research complete.
So if we can stick one in that one, we might be able to cut down on the consumption. Just enough. Because we're 10.4, it's only going to drop our consumption by, 2.4. And our production and our demand is the same. And we can maintain. And providing we can maintain, we can... hold effectively indefinitely at our current size until I have managed to extend out to the new water reserves. Systematic training is complete. What do we want? Martian patents, 500 million in funding. Rover printing, can construct RC rovers. That's tempting. Plasma cutters. Rare metal extractor production increased by 50%. Yes, we definitely want that one. That is hugely expensive, but possibly the most important thing. Gravity engineering. We've reached a proficiency in engineering that surpasses the most ambitious architectural achievements on Earth. We'll skip that for the moment, I think. Anyways, at this point, I think we're actually doing all right. We've just got to check this rocket. We're at 19 of 30, and we have 6 more units of rare metals floating around. So once we've got our truck done, if we go through and we collect the rest of the metals that we possibly can, and then pick up some rare metals and load them onto that rocket before we send it home, we should be able to nearly get that one full before it's actually sent off, which would be nice. And at that point, just looking at the fact that we keep running into operational restrictions in here, I think we're going to have to build another dome and start establishing a link between two to get this section of the colony actually working properly. Over here seems to be really good. Although, demand-wise, we haven't really encountered much yet. But we've got room to play around here. We can establish this one a little bit
Cable
better.
fault reported. Pipe leak reported.
We won't worry about that one. Anyways, ladies and gents, hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. As always, Surviving Mars will be back fairly soon. Actually, a lot sooner than it has been. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care.